Well, I'm talking with Christina here from FlyBe down at Ronsway. We've done an interview about Heathrow, but I wanted, well, I had you. Let's just talk about what's going on here. Who is owning what? You're going to stay FlyBe? You're going to come Virgin Connect? I mean, it's been a bit of a bumpy last few months, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been what I would call a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Let's very busy months and a change of corporate structure. We are like a public company on the stock market in London. We are now a private company. Transaction closed for the operating assets end of February, and public infrastructure, the holding company also closed beginning of March. Are quite early days, but new owners, new shareholders. So it's a consortium called Connect Airways, 30% Virgin Atlantic, 30% Stobart Group, an infrastructure group, with Stobart Air being part of the group, and also a private equity for 40% of our shareholder structure. And so in new consortium, a new future, bright future for FlyBe. We are still in derogation period, so we cannot really deploy changes that are not reversible, because it's a derogation period for EU for competition reason. But the transaction is closed, bright future for the company, and many things we can plan now.
Yeah, but it's been bumpy. I mean, those poor shareholders got, what, 1 pence paid out and all that sort of thing. It's not been easy for them, I guess. But
I fully agree. It's been a disappointment for our shareholders, 1p per share. But at the same time, we saved the company. We saved 2,500 employment and 1,400 pensioners. Right. So at some point in transaction, it was either 1p or really nothing. Indeed. And we made the choice because it was also what our advisor were just telling us. Will
all your code shares stay the same? Because obviously when Virgin come on board, will it be out with what you've had with Emirates and people like that, and focus totally on Virgin then?
We will stay as an independent company. So Virgin is owns 30% of the company, but has been clearly confirmed that will be an independent airline. And we will try, as we should, give the best outcome for our shareholders, our employees, and all our stakeholders. So having co-chairs with a number of players is definitely a positive contribution to our bottom line.
Now everyone knows that the FlyBe aircraft you run from here are slightly smaller than the things like EasyJet are using.
Yes.
Overhead luggage we're going to come to now. You know where I'm going to go with this, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Overnight. I mean, do you think you handled it well when you suddenly were very strict on the hand luggage? I mean, you made a lot of people upset, didn't you, when you really suddenly changed your... Well, you were so slack with your rules, then you tightened them up, didn't you?
I think that we didn't change at all the bag policy. The bag policy had been in place for a while. We just decided to enforce it. Yeah. After that, we understand that it could have been a surprise to a customer. We tried to send information by emails, not only once but a few times before them traveling.
So I mean, I've seen people on board with luggage that you think that's just crazy, it's never going to go on board. So is that basically what was happening? People just taking the mickey a bit on it?
I think that was quite also obvious. We also improved significantly our load factor year after year. Mm-hmm. 2 years ago we had load factor below 70%. We are now above 80%. So when you have the same bag policy but you don't enforcing it, it could become also a safety concern. So we decided, to enforce the policy because it was definitely the right thing to do. Also for, I don't think it's the right thing to do to ask our cabin crew to deal with bags when it's late in the process, just to make sure we enforce.
Maybe just the way you did it so quickly, but anyway, that's done now. Finally, the Isle of Man. Stobart were doing a lot of things. You're now taking it back, are you yourself?
Yes.
Commitment to the Isle of Man. You're basing some aircraft here. That's continuing.
We are basing some aircraft, and we are employing pilots and cabin crew in the Isle of Man, so it's a big commitment.
And it's going to be a good service. You're going to say that. I know. Your byline, the fly maybe thing. I bet you hate that, don't you? I mean,
yes, we hate that because we are saying we are doing so many, things. We launch so many projects to improve the operation performance. The only thing I want to say is that we will fly a different aircraft. So we fly a Bombardier Q400. So for all patients flying, for instance, to Liverpool, etc., they will be boarding with 2 doors instead of 1 door. So we'll have a different setup, and the aircraft also is a quicker aircraft. So the takeoff and how the aircraft is dealing with crosswinds will be much better.
Oh, great.
So we think that he will definitely contribute
I like that. Yeah.
to the operation.
Actually, talking about the Liverpool there, you withdrew some services there. What was
Yes.
that about? Just
It was-
supply and demand?
It was just supply and demand and profitability of the routes.
And you need those pilots now for Heathrow?
And we need, the pilots, and we are developing Heathrow. So I think all in all, it will be for Isle of Man a fantastic connectivity to the UK region and again to the rest of the world.